Okay, we're doing a role reversal, Laufey. You're going to play me 4 of your favorite classical songs?
These are my favorite classical songs.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Okay, so what instrument is this? Cello?
Sorry?
Is that a cello?
It is a cello. Ding, ding, ding. One thing right.
Give me a little context of this song and why you chose this before I try and guess.
Well, I'm a cellist. I grew up playing cello, and it's my favorite instrument. I play cello on all my songs. And I chose this because I think it's the most famous cello piece, and it's kind of like a rite of passage for cellists to get to play this. And though it's very simple, it's very challenging. It's kind of like, this is like the Bible for cellists.
When did you learn how to play this?
I learned to play this when I was maybe 10.
I can't even imagine being 10 and being able to play. Is this Beethoven?
No.
This is Bach.
This is Bach.
The B and the B always confuses me. Thank God I got on the second
enough.
guess.
Wait, you
So,
killed that.
Tell me about Bach.
Bach he's a Baroque composer. He was a organist at a church, and he's German. A foundational composer for most classical musicians, I would say. I grew up playing both piano and cello, and Bach was something that was like learning the ABCs on both instruments.
1 for 1.
Yes, exactly. And it's this is the Prélude to, this is the Bach cello suites, and this is from the first one. Yes, it is in G major.
What does that mean, G major?
G major, that means the whole suite is in the key of G major, and then there are pieces within the suite. This was the Prélude, and they're all little dances.
This is a good place to start. Everyone knows this song.
Yeah.
Everyone has heard this song somewhere.
Yeah, you're starting out really, really strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready for another one. Oh yeah, this is also really familiar. Tell me about this piece.
Sorry, I was vibing. This piece I also played when I was younger, and it was one of those that I heard like the older kids playing, and I really wanted to play because I thought it sounded really bright and beautiful. Can you guess the composer? I don't want to give up more because I want you to have a fair guess.
Chopin.
No.
Brahms?
No, it's not. No. You're swimming in romantic right now, which we haven't actually climbed to.
I need
this
to
is
go back earlier.
Before that. Yeah, this is before that.
Mozart.
It is Mozart, indeed. I even wore my Mozart shirt for the occasion.
What do we know about Mozart?
Mozart was a child prodigy from Salzburg, Austria. This is his piano sonata. This is number 16 in C major. C major is like, you could say, A in the alphabet. C is A. Oh yeah, that makes no sense.
C is the A.
It's like the simplest one. It's the one you learn first. It's the first letter that you learn.
Okay.
But in scales, in keys.
What time period is this?
This is classical, and this is classical is one of my favorite. I think it's one of the, it sounds the most simple to play, but it's actually the hardest to master because it's so clean. It's very, if you make a single mistake, everyone will hear it. And yeah, in my opinion, like the pianists who've really mastered Mozart are like the true masters.
Why does that show that you're a master?
Just because there's no space for fluff. When you get into like big pieces with a lot of like long lines and stuff, you can like skate over a lot of things and hide wrong notes, and yeah, you can just like mix it up a little bit. Whereas like every note, it's like little pearls. I was always told it was like pearls landing on the keys. Like everything has to be really, clean and perfect. But it's very elegant.
How often do you play piano?
Like practice?
Yeah.
Like honestly, every day. I probably sit down and play piano every day. Yeah.
How many instruments do you play total?
Properly, cello and piano are like that's what I studied growing up. But I taught myself guitar and write and play along guitar. But I wouldn't say I'm very good at it.
I think you're good.
Oh, that's very kind.
I've seen you play acoustic guitar, electric guitar.
All the guitars.
Yeah, on major stages. It's amazing.
It's fun for me because I think I get to let go a little bit in a way that I couldn't before on piano and cello because I didn't learn it with a lot of rules. Like I didn't learn it in a structured environment. I learned it on like YouTube.
If you're writing a new song, like you have a new album coming, did you write most of those songs on guitar, on piano? Did you use the cello? How does that work?
I want to say I wrote most of them on guitar. I think I like writing on guitar because I'm not thinking in a very academic way. I'm not going back to things that I've have trained into myself since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of searching for sounds and chords that I've never tried before. So I think it's a fun challenge for me to write on guitar, and I kind of get to step out of my box a little bit. But I love writing on piano too. And usually that's where my more classical inspired pieces or songs come from.
Let's do another one.
Let's do another one.
Is it playing for you? Oh, it's not playing for me.
It's not playing for you? I'm living my best life listening to it right now. I'm sorry that you aren't. Can you hear this?
I can hear.
Okay, great.
This is what I'm talking about.
This is like when the gates of heaven open, right here.
So the other pieces you played were just one instrument. Now we have a little bit of orchestration.
You're correct. This is a concerto.
What is a concerto?
A concerto is a solo instrument playing with an orchestra. So in this case, it is a...
This sounds like a flute.
What's the solo instrument?
That's a flute.
It's a piano. So it's a piano with orchestra.
Wait, is there not a flute?
There's totally a flute in there, but it's accompaniment.
Oh, maybe...
Okay, the flute... To be fair, the flute's kind of having a solo right now. Here it is, the piano.
There we go, the piano.
It's kind of like a duet, but...
They're going back and forth with each... Oh, it's beautiful.
It's really beautiful. So a concerto is for solo instrument and orchestra accompanying it.
Piano.
And this is one of my favorites. This one was viral on TikTok recently, actually.
Okay.
Do you recognize the melody at all? 'Cause it's actually been used in a lot of pop culture.
Give me some reference points.
Do you know the song All By Myself?
Yeah. I thought I heard that.
Actually used bits of this song.
So when is this from?
This is very romantic.
Yeah.
This is a Russian composer. And there's a lot of tension, a lot of, lots of big sweeping lines, and instruments are playing there's a lot more drama, a lot more passion. It's a little soupier, but in a good way. It's tugging at your heartstrings a little bit more.
I'm partial to the Russian composers.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, who is this? I'm not even going to try.
This is Rachmaninoff.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I know you were going to say it.
So what's special about Rachmaninoff?
For me, I remember the first time I played Rachmaninoff. It was a piano trio called Trio Elegique, and it was just so beautiful. And I remember nearly crying in rehearsal, which never happened to me. I think classical music was always something that was quite square and I don't know, it was almost like a lesson at school. And I remember playing this with my sister and my best friend Lilia, and just being wow, I love classical music. And it felt like everything that I was working towards, it came to this moment. And all of my favorite Rachmaninoff pieces have that feeling, that just absolute sense of passion and beauty and grandeur that I've always loved from music. So the Romantic period is my favorite because I'm a storyteller, and the Romantic period is when I think program music properly came into play. Now, program music is music basically based on stories, to put it in a very simple way. And so then you had composers writing pieces of music for Romeo and Juliet or Cinderella, based on these stories that we know, for example. I think that's when music gets really interesting, because I think that's musical painting.
Like the Nutcracker.
Nutcracker is from the Romantic period, yeah.
Okay, you have one more song for us?
One more.
Do you know who sings All By Myself? You can sing it in your head, you know it, but
I know.
It's a random...
Was it a one-hit wonder?
It was a one-hit wonder.
It was a one-hit wonder, wasn't it?
Eric Carmen.
So
I could pull that.
You see, and that's awesome.
I wonder what Eric Carmen was doing, how he how he ended up using that. It's really interesting to mine.
He probably
classical
heard it
for
and
a
was like,
sample.
this is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I must use it. And it happens to be in the public domain.
Okay, so for everyone out there listening.
Yeah, I love,
don't be
that's
afraid to
something
dig
I
into the
really
public domain.
love doing with my music. Is like, I love taking classical melodies and kind of taking them, you know, and using them because it's a world of inspiration. It's my way of sampling.
Very dramatic. It almost sounds like a spy movie or something. Is this Russian as well?
Of course it's Russian.
Yeah.
It's full of drama. The Russians love the drama.
Are you listening to classical music all the time in your regular life? Mm-hmm. What do you listen to the most? Do you listen to classical the most?
Romantic piano pieces,
Yeah.
I would say. And a lot of Mozart. I think it clears my mind. I think especially because I am a musician now and I feel like listening to music that is this far away from the pop scene and from the industry is like, it's just very healthy for me and kind of reminds me of what music is about and how I've come to this person that I am, come to the artist that I am today. But don't digress, who is the composer? When I played this in orchestra. Sorry?
Varnaski.
Who dat?
That's just a guess. That's just a random. Who is this?
This is Shostakovich.
Shostakovich.
This is his 10th symphony that he wrote. It was meant to be a portrait of Stalin. I kind of see this as his like release because he was composing music under Stalin's fist, if you will.
Yeah.
And there was kind of like this focus on, you know, writing music that was very beautiful, showing the beauty of Russia. And Shostakovich kind of lived a little bit in fear of, and you can hear like the pieces he wrote during Stalin's reign, like they get quite beautiful and a little bit more reminiscent of the Romantic period because he was not allowed to make weird music. And then after Stalin passed, this was like his portrait of Stalin, and this was his like release. He was like, I'm gonna make some rock and roll, which is really cool. It's so cool how music follows history like that. When I played this in orchestra when I was in high school, there was a video of on YouTube of Beyonce's Single Ladies music video, and somebody had put this piece over it. That was a huge hit among the orchestra kid world.
We got to bring that back. More classical edits.
Yeah, and one thing I really love about Shostakovich is that he would write like the name of people in his lives, loves in his lives, into his music, like through musical code almost. Like he has this one line which is da 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 dum, which almost all the Shostakovich I've played has it, whether it was a piano trio, a string quartet, or orchestra piece, like it always had this da 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 dum. But it's like the transcribed name of his lover, which like if I'm correct, I think is like the name of his like student, which was definitely not okay. But he did it.
You do that too.
I do
in
do
your
that.
music, you weave in.
I weave in
it's
the
your
name.
loves.
Yeah, I weave in people's names in musical writing. But it's like a whole code. It's you have to be really nerdy to figure them out in my songs, but it's there.
Thanks for teaching us about classical music.
Thank you for listening. I'm so happy that you're willing to learn and listen.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's an honor. So next time, should we do jazz?
Hell yeah.
So, are those songs at all connected to the album that's coming out? Or
Absolutely. Absolutely. The way that it's set up, I think that is kind of how I sequence my album. Like, started very simple, elegant, and then it kind of gets weirder and weirder and more angry as the album goes on, and it kind of ends in shambles. And it's laden with classical music references, as always, so.
I can't wait to hear it. Always a pleasure.
Well, the pleasure's all mine.
Thank you.
Thank you.